I got to tell you an amazing story. Mamish, an amazing story. Just happened to me. Just happened to me on Friday. Anybody who has a school, every head of school knows that the most difficult, the tensest time typically are the weeks leading up to school, and especially the week before school and the week that school starts. That's when, no matter how much you prepared, no matter how little vacation time you took, no matter how many pieces you put into place, ultimately you cannot pull it all together. And there's always going to be some loose ends, and then there's going to be new problems that you didn't anticipate. And I'm not going to lie. We started, I think it was Tuesday. I'm not going to lie, last week was an incredibly, incredibly challenging week. It was a very challenging week for me. Baruch Hashem, we have a need for many, 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 many instructors. And Kanai Nahara, everybody worked so hard, and we have so many in place, and we have everything in place. And yet, there were a couple that were missing one day. And then the next day, somebody that we thought was going to be teaching ended up and informed us that she will not be teaching for us. So the next day, now we have to scramble and find another one. And then the next day, I hear from one instructor who said that unfortunately something came up, a medical issue came up in the family, and he's not going to be able to teach. Now, it would be okay if it was one course. It's not. 4 courses. 4 courses, I'm down now, a teacher. The truth is, I panicked. I was like, oh my goodness, how could this be? We're starting today. Okay, he wasn't teaching that day, but we're starting today. How's it going to be? What am I going to do? And I panicked. And Baruch Hashem, by that night, we worked on it. Baruch Hashem, by that night, we had 3 out of 4 courses covered. And when I went to sleep that night, I said, please, Rabbi Shalom, come on, just sleep. And I said to myself, wait a minute, you're such a goylem. You're such a fool. You're such a fool you are. You needed all these people. You needed all these teachers. And the Rabbi Shalom sent you, all of them, so you're missing one. And you're doubting him. How about you say thank you for the ones he sent you? How about instead of saying, give me the teacher, you say, Rabbi Shalom, thank you for the ones you sent me? And why did you panic? Why did you lose your head today? Why did you get nervous? He took care of you. He's taking care of you the whole time. These are all nothing. These are all mirages. Every challenge. I get a challenge with this. The guy who runs the plumbing business, he gets a challenge that he doesn't have the right faucet in that day. Why don't I not have the right faucet and he doesn't have the right instructor? Because to him that wouldn't be a challenge. He doesn't need an instructor. And I don't need the faucet. So the plumber is missing the faucet. I'm missing the teacher. The electrician is missing the wires. The shoemaker is missing the shoes. And the truth is, it's all stupidity. It's all nonsense. I'm not missing the teacher, and he's not missing the shoes, and he's not missing the faucet, and he's not missing the wires. This is the Yetzer Hara getting in our face and getting us distracted and saying, oh, you're supposed to recall that the Rebbeinu Shalom is in charge of the world, so I'll throw a new twist at you, and I'll throw a new one at you, and today you're going to lose this, and tomorrow you're going to lose this. The reason he gives you these tests is because these are for you. These are what's going to be tested. And for him, he gets his. Well, that's all they are. They're just tests. They're paper tigers. They look scary, but they're nothing. They're mamish nothing. And I was really upset at myself. How could I have allowed that to happen? But okay, as I is, this is what it is. And I'm telling you, this is what was going on the entire week. The entire week I was getting slammed this way, that way, back and forth. Okay, Baruch Hashem. Shabbos could not come soon enough. And Friday morning, I was davening, and I said, you know what? I'm going to stop davening and saying, Hashem, please, we have this issue, please solve this. We have that issue, please solve that. By acknowledging them as issues, that's already a failure. So I'm going to daven, and I said, Friday morning, I said, Rebbeinu Shalom, whatever it is that you want to throw at me, I don't really care. Do whatever you want. Give me the bitachon. Give me the strength to not waver. Give me the strength to recognize throughout whatever you're going to throw at me today, and I'm sure you will, give me the strength to stand strong. That's what I asked her about. Give me that koyach. Sometimes after you've been through it for a week, you have some clarity. So that was my tefillah Friday morning. And don't worry, the Rebbeinu Shalom was very happy to oblige. An hour later, I get a call. All right, we just lost an instructor. I was like, oh my goodness, semester we started already 4 days ago. 4 days ago. And this is not stam. This is not an instructor that can easily be replaced. It's a very big specialty. And it's very hard to find somebody particular like this for this group. And, most of them who do it, there's very few who do it, and most of them who teach this subject are long spoken for. You're not getting them 3 days, 4 days into the semester. It's not negative. But I said to myself, that's it. This is on you. I'm good. I got nothing. You're going to take care of this one for me, okay? The Rebbe Shalom has no trouble. I'm telling you, he has no trouble. He has no trouble. In fact, the Rebbe Shalom had already prepared the refuah before the Makkah. I didn't know it, but the Rebbe Shalom had the refuah before the Makkah. Earlier, on Friday morning, I had seen a text that I had gotten from a friend of mine. This friend of mine is a president of a university in the Midwest. And he's a good friend. He just created a whole initiative. And he sent me a text with a link to some posting on some social media site about a whole write-up about this initiative. So I am not able to... first of all, I don't have access to social media sites, and I don't go to them, so there's nothing much I can do for it. So I didn't even bother looking at it. But then I realized that he knows that I don't go to the social media sites. I don't have a presence there. I'm not there. He never saw me there. So he had not sent me a link to the site. He had actually sent me a picture of that write-up, that posting on wherever he was. Okay? So that I opened it up, I clicked on it, and I opened up the picture, and I saw the headline, and I saw the first few lines, and then I saw a few comments, because I guess friends of his comment on this post about it. So these comments are really mamish of the most generic variety, like yay, or wow, that's beautiful, or oh, that's terrific type, nothing there. Interesting that the first comment was from a name I'd never seen before. I'd never seen this name before, and it was a very Jewish name. Like a name like, Elia Chazan or something like that. And I'm like, that's very, very Jewish. And I know this guy, he himself is not Jewish, and I know most of his inner circle. We worked together for many years, and I know his inner circle. I never saw anybody by this name, Elia Chazan or something like that. This is strange. I wonder who this could be. But I don't even have a way, since I'm not on the site, I don't even have a way to click on it and see who this guy is. I thought, okay, you know what? I was so curious that who is this name? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I Googled this guy's name, and it popped up, and I see that, he's actually an instructor in a college. He's not only an instructor in a college, he's actually an instructor part-time in the college where I myself am a partner. So that was interesting. And what is the field that he's an instructor in? He's an instructor in this specific field in which I had just lost this professor. Now that's very nice. The field alone doesn't mean that much. I need a specialty in that field. So I said, I wonder, interesting, strange that I never heard of this guy before. But I wonder, let me see what his ratings are as a professor. Let me see what he's like. So I click on that. I start searching around for rating him. And I see there's a number of ratings there, and they're all very positive. And one of the people who rated him specifically spoke about him being a professor in this specific area. And I said to myself, how can this possibly be? I wonder, is this guy Jewish? It looks like he's getting great ratings. It looks like he's already in this college where I am, so maybe I can get him to work for me as well. I quickly get a hold of his cell phone number. I call him up, and I introduce myself, and I say, hi, Ilya, I am a friend of so-and-so. He says, a friend of his is a friend of mine. What can I do for you, Rabbi? I said, is it a good time to get you? He says, yeah, I'm actually eating lunch with my wife, but how can I help you, Rabbi? So I told him, I said, I've come to understand that you're an instructor in this area, and I'm just wondering, I'm in a bit of a pickle here, a bit of a fix. Do you think you can help me? Can you take over this course instead of the professor who's going to teach it? He says to me, Rabbi, I've been teaching that course for years. That's my specialty. I would love to help you. I got this one. You're good. We're okay. That was that. Done. Done! I don't have to do a single thing. Nothing. The Rebbe Shalom took me by the hand, led me, guided me, pointed out to me, said, I want you to go here. This is where I want you to go. This is what I want you to do. I got this. Don't worry, Lars. I got it. I'm telling you, this was all within a span of an hour or two. This whole thing came together. For me, garnished, I did nothing. The Rebbe Shalom literally put it there. He made me look at that picture. He made me say, hey, what's this name doing here? This is so strange. This name doesn't belong here. Let me go find out. It was exactly the person with exactly the specialty that I need. And I am telling you, it's a rare specialty. I still want to talk about it more for specific reasons, but it's rare. It's unbelievable.